and welcome back to yet another manga chapter review. I am the Rat, and this is the Rat's Nest. I'm joined, as I have been for the past while, with Kyle. Say hi, Kyle.
Hi, everyone.
One Piece Chapter 1085, The Death of Nefeltari Kobla. This was a real tearjerker, because we got to see that Sabo is a fraud.
God.
Oh my gosh, the best thing to come out of this chapter has been all the power scaling discussions on Twitter. Oh, it's so funny. It is so funny to see that everyone is simultaneously the GOAT and a fraud. It's hilarious.
Brandon, we didn't even make it like a few seconds into this episode after your introductions before I'm already sad now by the community.
Dude, what do you do? I love power. Dude, you know me, bro. I'm a huge fan of power scaling.
Big power scaling guy, apparently.
Power scaling guy. Yeah, this chapter was kind of phenomenal. Kind of a huge chapter in terms of some pseudo reveals, I guess.
Kind of the Goat Raw Fire Kino peak fiction of chapters, you could say.
Bro really just looked up the dictionary and saw synonyms for word, just spouted them. Yeah, so Kyle, would you like to get right into it?
Yeah, let's get right into it. Where we left off. Where we see Cobra.
Yeah, where we left off with last week with last chapter's recording. We recorded that last week.
His entire being is utterly shattered. The impossible ruler. No one is ever supposed to sit there. Pants.
Pants? No freaking way. And then we get to see, this was the wildest thing for me, is Imu talking like a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I saw this. I was like, we finally get his first word, and then all of a sudden he's a chatterbox, right?
Yeah.
And we get Cobra saying no individual should have the power to control the world, and we get this is Imu talking, and so we can go. So Imu says, "Mu shall address two of the points being discussed, and thou must answer a single question in return, Cobra." So Imu is referring to himself as Mu, and I'm pretty sure this is because in Japanese there's not just like a neutral you can't just say I, like you say I in English. That's just, everyone says I. Boys, girls, old guys, young girls, everyone says I. But in Japanese there is a difference. There's like ore, boku, watashi, that kind of stuff. I'm pretty sure Imu is using mu here in order to avoid using gendered pronouns, which sounds like a buzzword, but like in Japanese that's important,
He just sits on the throne and says, "They them shall address two of the points."
It's so true. Cobra's like, "They them," and he's like, "Yeah, I'm literally two people." It's just like Ashley and the smart one, bro.
And the smart one.
That's so true. So Imu is going to address two of the points being discussed and is going to ask Cobra a question. And Cobra's like, "Who are you?" He's like, "I've heard the name Imu before. It could be a coincidence, but one of the first 20 was also called that." So, is this our confirmation that Imu is one of the original 20 founders?
I think he is. And
I think he is.
This is theory throwing time. I feel like if, given like devil fruits, I feel like maybe he had the immortality surgery from the Opi no Mi.
That is the funny word. And, people might say like, "Oh, it's what does it matter, right? That was Dressrosa." It's because Doflamingo knew about it because he was a celestial dragon.
Yeah, which is very, very important here because that, of course, celestial dragon ties.
I think that this is the confirmation that Imu is, at the very least, related to one of the original 20 founding members.
Yeah,
I think Imu is one of the original 20.
That's a low ball. Low ball's like, yeah, he has obvious connections.
What if Imu is Joy Boy? Has anyone ever brought that theory up before?
That would be utterly insane.
Look, I don't care if Luffy had Joy Boy's fruit. I don't care. Imu's Joy Boy. That's my theory now. So true. So, Imu goes up and says, "Such curiosity teeters on impertinence, not impotence." That's an important distinction. It will not be dignified with an answer. Bro is cold. Bro's just up here spitting facts.
Yeah, and I one of the things I always enjoy with meeting new characters like this is you get such a huge glimpse in the, because all he does, I mean, not this chapter, I was gonna say that, but like just literally he's just there talking, and like how he words something like that, other people would be like, quiet, you don't ask that, I'm not gonna answer that. He's just like calmly pulls out his encyclopedic dictionary and says, such curiosity teeters on impotence.
Arg, you can't have children. Arg. Dude, it's all full circle because I made a One Piece reference in that short. It's all full circle. Okay, anyways.
I'm gonna kill you, yar.
So we get Imu going on. However, those initial queries shall be addressed. D is the moniker of our ancient enemy. Okay, we knew that. The D clan, probably worked with Joy Boy at some point in the past. Could the D's, personally, I think that the D clan is the descendants of his crew, of Joy Boy's crew. That's what I think.
That'd be awesome.
It's the moniker of our ancient enemy. It could just mean you're a descendant of the ancient kingdom. But here's a direct confirmation from Imu if it wasn't directly confirmed before, but basically everyone thought that. I think it was confirmed somewhere else. But Imu says, in recent times it has cropped up more frequently. However, it is nothing but a faint echo. Those who carry the name do not even know its true meaning now. And yet, the irritation only endures due to Queen Lily's grave blunder 800 years ago. The same can be said of those irksome scholars investigating the so-called Void Century. Without that blunder, there would be no pirates chasing the poneglyphs in pursuit of the treasure either. If it were not for Lily's incompetence, those vexing relics would never have been scattered all over the world. Cobra's kind of shocked a little bit, don't know why. He says, the release of the poneglyphs was the worst possible outcome for us. So one must wonder whether it was truly a mistake or if it was actually part of some larger plan. To see all the Goriseis are strapped.
Is the one in the middle just pulling his sword? I think so.
Yeah, he is just pulling his sword.
Dude, that's kind of cool that the others are pulling guns, yet he's just pulling a sword.
Bro, he's about to jork it, bro. He's about to jork it.
Jork?
Yeah, he's about to jork it right in front of Cobra, bro.
Anyway.
So,
yeah.
Here goes. The truth undoubtedly lies in the letter Lily left. So, pray tell, was it a deliberate choice to only refer to her as Queen Lily of House Nefertari? Go ahead and divulge the full name of her letter as written. And Cobra's like, they've got me. I suppose there really is no chance I'm leaving this room alive. I really like this line from Cobra here where he goes, I take it that there's no fib I could tell that would satisfy you enough to let me go. The elder says, your fate was decided the moment you saw the great Emu. Cobra says, not surprising. They can't let anyone know the world's greatest taboo has been broken. And then we get this is kind of insane. So we get Sabo here. He's like, the atmosphere here is a little sinister. What's going on? Something malicious is brewing. We get Cobra saying, the truth is, the letter from Alabasta's ruler 8 centuries ago was signed by Queen Nefertari D. Lily. Uh-oh. We get Imu kind of looking, maybe a little surprised. Like, is that surprise? It's hard to tell, right? I think that's trying to choreograph surprise. Yeah. And then he kind of sharpens his eye, D.
And we see here's some.
Yeah, there's some arrow that looks like it was from Emu. So basically, Emu has awakening 3 leaves.
That's so true.
And so Emu kind of stabs Cobra a little bit. Sabo jumps up. Here's Sabo use Fire Fist. He tries to incinerate the elders. Right. And then he used Smother's Mate, which is the translator note, a move in chess, and Shogi, where the king is checked by a knight while surrounded by its own pieces. That, it's like, Emu's the king. Sabo is the knight. And then, can I say that I love these 2 panels of Emu just looking, and then, like, he gets mad, or, like, I think he starts to transform, because he's like, where did this come from? And then in the next panel, we see him literally eat the attack.
Okay, so real quick, we got to bring this up. People are saying, "Oh, Emu's the greatest villain. How did you not know Sabo was here?"
Sabo literally just showed up.
Literally just showed up.
Literally just showed up. Because you have Sabo coming up. He said, the atmosphere here feels a little sinister. What's going on? That obviously means that he hasn't seen anything else. Like, if you like, the atmosphere here feels a little sinister. That's kind of odd to say if you just personally witnessed the elders, threaten Cobra. Like, very audibly threaten him.
Yeah,
right?
and then...
Or maybe he's been here and he can't hear anything. And in that case, it's like, well, Emu is here focused on Cobra, focused on Lily, who probably definitely has some ties to Emu.
Yeah.
It was, where did this one come from? And I love that second panel of Emu there with like the eye, like you can tell that he's pissed. And then he transforms. Emu's a mythical Zoan. Calling it here. And then we get, okay, let's complete the next page.
Yeah,
we get to see all like the shadowy figures, theoretically, of the Gorosei in their Zoan transformations.
Dude, we have the island of Wano on the left.
The island of Wano on the left?
Onigashima.
That's true.
Yeah.
Dude, I love that land card in the One Piece trading card game, bro.
It looks like a boar or like an elephant with tusks, a bird, a salamander.
Yeah, the thing up top, which is weird. There's the one that looks like it has like the raiment. That one's my favorite.
Which one?
Like the thin one. There's a great panel of him later. I'm pretty sure that's the sword guy.
It looks like it because all the others. I mean, I think the others have their others. So okay. Mythical Zoan. Let's see here. What do you think that these would represent?
I don't know. We already have the Phoenix.
Yeah.
I mean,
do you think that these are like? Because I see like boar, salamander, fuck no, like dragon perhaps. I mean, no dragon, no way. I was trying to think like maybe like Chinese New Year. There's like boar and all that, and like a bird. I don't know. Hard to tell. Like I obviously once we get this reveal in like 3 years, we can tell. But
yeah.
Yeah.
I really don't know. I don't think there's enough information. And the question is, what is Emu? I mean, Emu goes through some sort of transformation there whenever he eats Sabo's attack. There is some sort of transformation there, which would imply a Zoan, and I don't think Emu would just have a Zoan. I think he would have a mythical Zoan. And it's probably something special, like the Nika fruit, Everyone's like, oh, it's going to be Sun Wukong. And that would have been sick, the Sun Wukong fruit. The Nika fruit is cooler. And it's also like One Piece unique. I think that's what that's going to be. And that could be what the 5 elders are. They could be One Piece unique.
All I'm saying is I can't believe Queen Lily just ate Sabo's attack.
That's true. I can't believe Queen Lily did that, bro. Can't believe Queen Lily has a mythical Zoan.
Yeah. Wouldn't that be absolutely bonkers if that's who it was?
It'd be insane. But you get Sabo here saying, I was hoping I'd be able to take you all out in one move. After all, there's no way I could have known that hill was located here at the very top of the world. He's standing over Cobra. That's when the picture's taken that we see in the papers. It was like, you are Luffy-kun's brother, aren't you? The Revolutionary Army still stepped in to save me. And Sabo says, our cause is more concerned with the monsters that sit above the kings and queens of the world. Do you know Luffy somehow? Cobra says, he stepped in to save me once, too. It's like, haha, that sounds like I'm all right. We get the hardest panel in One Piece.
Just Sabo carrying him running with like these just
and Emu just the overarching shadow figure in the back, bro. That's kind of insane.
Looming is the best word to describe it.
That's a great word. And then we get the Cobra, leave me, I'm dead weight, you have a better chance of escaping on your own. Sabo says, not gonna happen. Cobra says, there's something I've come to understand, and if you die here, we'll be in trouble because I need you to deliver a message to Luffy-kun and Vivi. Sabo says, you want me to tell them something? And Cobra says, tell them we share the moniker of D. And he's like, I finally know the path that Alabasta must follow. And we get a little backstory where Sabo's like, oh, hey, it's kind of odd you two have the same middle name. You both have D in your name. To a Porcus D Ace and Monkey D Luffy. And he's like, do you want a D in your name, Sabo? You could be Saw D Bo, bro. I can't, bro. Saw D Bo? That's crazy. Who would win, Kyle? Who would win? Saw D Bo or Con D Oriano?
Con D Oriano.
Con D Oriano solos, bro. We get to see another little attack by Emu, which is like a little... Okay. Theory, Kyle. I just saw this.
All right.
So, assuming that... So we see this attack, right? This little arrow thing. What if it's not an arrow, but like a spiked tail?
Oh!
It was like a demon fruit or something.
That would be cool.
What if Emu has the devil fruit? The devil fruit?
Oh, that would be
kind of cool. That would be kind of cool because then it's like, oh, the devil versus God, and then you get into religious themes. And One Piece has such strong religious themes, Kyle.
It really does.
But what if emus was like the original, and that's why they're called devil fruits? Because it's like, oh, they came from the devil, from the Bible.
That's so true. No, that's like honestly a great theory.
I just noticed that. I was like, that looks a lot like a tail. What if he's like hitting him with his tail? You know?
Panel where it goes swish, and because that like if it were an arrow attack, it feels like it wouldn't be drawn like that. And you also, whenever you see it, like you see that creature in the background, it looks like it kind of looped around and stabbed them there. And you get that one like little panel of Sabo with his eyes whited out because he got hit by a big attack, and then everyone calls it
fraud.
We'll get there. We'll get there. So,
bro. Cobra says the poneglyphs must be protected. Fly the flag that heralds the world's eventual dawn. Nefeltari D. Lily. He says, I'm counting on you, Sabo. King Cobra, you must live on. I love this panel of like the thin guy that I'm pretty sure is the sword. I'm pretty sure that's who that is, you know.
And we see literally just random gag character Wapol walk in on like one of the most important moments in all of One Piece history.
What is Oda cooking here?
And this is how, I mean, this explains how they got away, and that's why Vivi's with Wapol.
So basically, he's freaking out, right? We go back to the reverie, and they're like, "Oh, Wapol and Cobra aren't going to be here." Yada yada. Shirahoshi's like, "I want to say goodbye to Vivi." Then Vivi's tied up. What's the big idea? You better untie me. Whose orders are you following? It's Nefeltari D. Vivi, bro. All I'm saying. Okay, I'll save that today. I'll save that today. We're almost there. Tell the whole world about this, and we get to see Jabra and Khalifa are both members of Cypher Pool 0 now. Cool, whatever. Good to see Khalifa again. She's hot. Okay, she's a woman. It happens.
Yeah, big whoop.
Yada yada. Talking about, oh, Shirahoshi came out good. Vivi's happy. Oh, the Sai and Leo said we're members of the Straw Hat Fleet, so that's basically them declaring war on the world government. Oh well, Luffy's already done that. It happens. Fujitora helped the Revolutionary Army free the slaves, and Ryukagu made him mad, so they fought. And he's like, what's the deal with this year's reverie? And then here comes Wapol eating through the wall, bawling his eyes out. Vivi hops on out with him. They get away. There's Bluno, who's probably also a Cypher Pool Aegis 0 member. And there's Wapol's wife. Oh, darling, I've been looking for you. Who's that young lady with you? And then Vivi says, hey, Wapol, how much further are you going to go? As far as it takes, I'll run to the end of the world if I have to. Sounds good to me. Let's go. And then his wife is like, don't tell me you're running away with a mistress. That's so based.
That is the end of
the chapter. Look, all I'm saying is that the case for Vivi for Straw Hat has not been this strong since the end of Alabasta. It's coming back. It's coming back. Vivi's going to be a Straw Hat.
It's almost like it's important when the plot needs it to be. That's crazy.
Vivi is going to be a Straw Hat.
Look, honestly, given this context, I would take her over Yamato.
I hate you. I know you did not just say that in my presence. Me, the world's largest Yamato fan, and is also the main character of the universe.
Dude, come on, like what purpose would Yamato have had? It's not like her whole arc was trying to break free from Kaido and Wano and then stay at Wano because of Kaido. Yeah, I mean, like Vivi just fits so much better than Yamato because, like, what purpose would Yamato have on the crew, Brandon?
She'd be hot.
He would be hot.
No, I'm so sorry, sir. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Mr. Twitter. This was, to say the least, a good chapter. You got some huge reveals. Mainly Imu talking, Imu probably being one of the original 20 founders, so, you know, quote-unquote Imu identity reveal, which is kind of insane. Imu talking, Imu and the 5 elders likely being mythical Zoans, probably awakened. Wapol is still alive somehow. Morgans has the potential to know about Imu, which is kind of insane, because Wapol is with Morgans. And so Morgan's getting that kind of information would be a little bit insane.
And then Emu's like, damn it, I have to EBD the planet now and start over. Sigh, and then starts EBD being all the countries.
Yeah. Oh well, happens to the worst of them. But Emu, we don't have a gender reveal yet for Emu. Very purposefully hiding it. I don't know. We only have the silhouette, and there's theoretically a lot of fabric over it, so we can't tell if she's a hot woman or not.
What do you think it is? Is it going to be a boy or a girl?
I think she's a woman. Personally, I'm going to keep referring to him as a he until we know for certain, but I think she's a woman.
Okay.
I think ultimately that's what it'll be revealed for. I was never in the camp of Lily for Emu. I was never in that camp. I never believed in it.
I accidentally said it's Vivi. Vivi is Emu. That's so true.
So true.
I mean,
dude, okay, I've never seen Vivi and Emu in the same room together.
Come on, we've never seen Luffy and Emu in the same place at the same time before.
That's so true. I think it is Luffy.
That would be bonkers if it was.
All I'm saying is where she's been the past couple months. That's so true.
Yeah.
There were some insane reveals. Funny Sabo Man is a fraud. And it'll be interesting after this. I wonder if we'll go back to Egghead or if the flashback will continue. I don't think we'll see any more of Emu after this.
No.
Just because this was ultimately Sabo retelling what happened and he didn't see any more than this. So I think Emu's out of the picture for now. If not Egghead.
I mean, he didn't see everything with Wapol in the room. Like, the flashback can show more than just Sabo's perspective. But
That's fair, but it was kind of centered around him telling the revolutionary.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, like I get what you're saying. I think we're done with Emu. I guess we could see more.
I cannot wait until Emu's like, Egghead Island, I'm here.
That's so true. I think that maybe this was a build-up to getting to see that Gorosei that went to Egghead fight Luffy. The Saturn?
Oh, that would be kind of bonkers, Brandon.
That'd be kind of bonkers. I think this was a setup for that.
Fuck, what was the one? Was it like the one with like the big like handlebar mustache, or like the one with like the braided hair, like Jupiter? Not Jupiter, Saturn, obviously.
Saturn he's the guy with like the huge beard, like the short guy with the huge beard and hat.
Yeah, let me look him up real quick.
Yeah.
Saturn.
That's him. I think he's gonna fight Luffy. I don't know, because that'd be kind of a jump, because Luffy hasn't fought an admiral yet. Now Luffy's an emperor, but we still need to see him fight an admiral. Admirals get a hard rap a lot of the time because they don't have feats. But there is one feat that two admirals have, Akainu and Aokiji, who they completely turned an entire island into a desolate wasteland. That's kind of insane. Kizaru is also probably insane. Just getting to see that, I think. I don't know. I almost think we're going back to Egghead next chapter. We might get a little bit. I think it might be a half and half at the beginning, kind of Sabo. Like, we get to see maybe the Revolutionary Army's reaction to this information that Sabo's giving them. And then we get back to Egghead for the final act of Egghead. This has been a bit of an insane arc that was a lot bigger than I thought it was ever going to be.
Hey, Brandon, check DMs.
Check DMs? No freaking way. I paused recording for that, Kyle. I paused recording for that.
I'm sorry.
I'm not putting that in the video. I'm not saving that onto my PC. I'm not doing it. I'm unfriending you on Discord, as a matter of fact. I will never talk to you again.
Oh, sorry.
So, Kyle, this is the part where I was going to ask you for your closing thoughts. But I think that you don't deserve it.
I lost my closing thought privileges. I'm sorry.
If you're this far in the video, obviously there's something you like. So make sure to like, subscribe, and leave a comment telling Kyle that he is a terrible friend and a terrible person. We will see you all next time in the next video. We hope you'll enjoy. Bye-bye.
Bye.